Time is running out. Making a quick decision is important.
For example, I get cookies. He gets seafood. Okay, I give him 2 cookies, he give me a little meat. So that's a deal we can do each other with bartenders.
Too late. Back to the boats. Our 8 judges are legendary. Scrutinizing today, Peter Dorelli, former head barman at the Savoy, and Salvatore Calabresi, creator of the world's most expensive cocktail. It's £5,500 a glass if you're asking. Overseeing the judges are Dale de Groff, father of the modern cosmopolitan, and Spike Marchant, world-class global ambassador.
The points here, you get rewarded for creativity. This is not a time to take it easy or play safe.
Last year's Indian contestant Devender made a huge impact on the bartending community.
We supported him a lot. We trained him consistently to have the confidence to go and compete, and he did really well. It was extraordinary, and you know, we made him a little bit famous.
Varun has a tough act to follow. In every challenge, bartenders make 2 drinks.
There are plenty of ingredients and plenty of flavors all around. We'll start with some fresh watermelon. This is freshly infused vodka with raspberry and lemon juice, freshly squeezed. The name, I gave it an Indian name called Bazaar. This is the first drink. The second drink that I'm going to make is called Tan Perfume. Start with muddling the grapes. 2 bar spoons of Ponti Marron. 45 ml of Tanqueray infused with lavender. And here it is, the Tan Perfume. There are 2 drinks that I made. One was inspired by the market. And the next one was inspired by a woman who told me the story about the Saint Tropez. They liked the color combination, then they liked the taste, and they liked the story.
The drink was excellent, you know, which you actually retain the original flavor. You know, sometimes the cocktail can be good, but the expression of the spirit is not there. Sometimes it's, you know.
And Atelier, the German contestant, goes fruity with his cucumber and melon combination.
This is all my choice on the market, yeah, and you will see I brought some lovely things with you. I went to the market to buy this cucumber that I put a beautiful hole inside and decided to use it as a glass. Put some beautiful fresh mint on top. So enjoy my Bohemian Margarita, gentlemen.
This really is a worldwide competition with bartenders from many countries, including Austria, Brazil, China, India, Greece, Thailand, and Denmark. But it's Monica from Norway who's up next.
I'm a little bit pressed on time, trying to make my chorizo syrup. Well, it's always risky to put meat in a drink, I think. It's either you're gonna like it or not. I do like clean, simple flavors, but maybe with unusual ingredients or combinations. I bought some chorizo and then I made it into a kind of paste or syrup.
Chorizo syrup.
Yes. My drink reflects me as a person. It's kind of straightforward, little bit quirky, a little bit geeky. So for this drink, I was thinking all day actually, what should I name this cocktail? And then it came to me actually an hour ago, Smokey and the Bear. I'm thinking it's been a long day, so little snack.
there. We're getting more females coming through, and I think we should get even more. And I think that now we've got these two here that are showing us how you can do things, do it well, do it stylish, do it with class, be clever and creative, and compete with the guys on this level. So I'm rooting for the girls.
Once all the cocktails have been shaken and stirred, it's time for head judges Spike and Dale to look back on the challenge.
It was a creative use of ingredient. There was successful up to a point.
Monica had a clever idea. Hot and sweet, chorizo syrup, you know, but...
She presented it to the vegan judge.
To the vegan, Steve Olsen.
You know, there really is no better place than to stage our next challenge, Mediterranean Mastery.
This time, the bartenders are being asked to create drinks that take their inspiration from the history and culture of one of the 21 Mediterranean countries.
The bartenders have to bring the Mediterranean region alive in this competition, and they have to do it quickly in a great tasting package.
The challenges take place in 3 bars. Bartenders have 10 minutes to prepare and then 10 minutes to make 2 cocktails. David Rios is from Bilbao in northern Spain. He's proud of his Basque heritage and makes great use of local scents, flavors and traditions in his cocktails.
Tomillo.
David felt more comfortable speaking Spanish during the challenges.
Luego vamos a utilizar una leche casera de almendras.
When I was 19, I was working in a bar and the owner organized the cocktail party. When I saw the cocktails, I knew that's for me. I think my cocktails are different because I try to use always local products or Basque products.
Vamos a infusionar en frío.
David's style is very elegant and elaborate, almost Japanese in its precision.
What I love most about bartending is see a surprised face the customer.
Okay, aromas del Mediterráneo.
One bartender who's coming through over the whole of round 1 has always been consistently highly placed. It's our Spanish bartender, David Rios. I think he's going to be one to watch. So that's it, 4 challenges down, round 1 is over. From these 44 bartenders, there are only going to be 16 left. That cut is going to be brutal.
Yeah, I'm not really looking forward to that, sir.
And neither will they.
After 4 challenges in 2 days, the judges are swapping notes with Spike and Dale. This is the first chance they've had to get together to discuss, deliberate and decide.
It was brilliant. It really great.
Best drink.
Both of these drinks were
Positive, negative, what do we got?
One of the wonderful things is they're here. They're here and they're here to represent what they believe. The art of bartending.
This is what it's all about. These bartenders are national champions, but some are about to leave the competition. And for everyone, the wait to hear if they're through to the next round is agonizing.
It's not that nervous, but I really care about the answer, which is since the people mention your name, you'll be feels like
Today I'm not that happy with my presentation at all.
80% to be in, 20% to be out.
Well, I've done everything that I could have done, so if it's not enough to go through, then I won't be too hard on myself. That's everything.
I just finished my red carpet and I think it went quite well, so I was a little bit nervous just because it is the elimination today as well.
From 44 down to 16, it's tense, and there are some big surprises.
Your time here at World Class is over.
They're going to face elimination in groups of 4 until there are 8 left waiting. Then the last 2 groups will go head-to-head for the final places. The first group is called to the stage. It's a long walk and then a punishing wait in the midday sun before they hear whether they've done enough to go through.
The judge's decision. You're through to the last 16.
I went through to the top 16. Completely insane. Really, I'm overwhelmed.
4 down, 40 to go. The bartenders waiting backstage know they are fighting for a place in the final 16. It's bad news for the next 3 groups.
Your time here at World Class is over.
According to the judge, what they said was like the drinks were really good. I had the personality, I had the style. Only thing that I was not able to gain points. That was not a mistake. Like I didn't have much of, techniques.
Some of the favorites to go through are among the last to be called. All have taken part in many competitions, but none of them carry the prestige of being a world-class winner. It matters.
The judge's decision is final. You're through to the last 16.
I'm a little bit horrified that I served Steve Olsen chorizo drink if he's vegetarian.
Now we're down to the last 8. The 2 groups will face the judges together.
No, muy bien, o sea, muy contento, muy alegre y la verdad es que pues muy orgulloso de lo que he hecho.
Everyone realizes it could go either way.
I feel some butterflies in my stomach, and let's see, man. I had just great feedback, so we'll see.
44 of the world's finest bartenders competing, fighting for a place in the next round. Mario, Kirill,
Mr. Bill, and Laura?
You're through to the last 16.
I just got through the elimination and I'm under the last 16.
World Class is the only global cocktail competition of its kind. This year, there are more competitors facing more complex challenges than ever before. And to add to the excitement, it's being staged aboard a luxury cruise liner sailing the Mediterranean. After 2 days of full-on challenges designed to test every aspect of their skills, style, speed, stamina, technique and creativity, our 44 contestants became 16 in the first elimination. Today, those remaining face 2 challenges and a further elimination. These will be held in Ibiza, the vivacious island in the Mediterranean, also a picturesque destination for tourists and a party hotspot. For our 16 bartenders today, it's business as usual. The Tapas Taste Test has been designed to test their skills at matching drinks with food. The new vogue in cocktail bars is serving bite-sized dishes with drinks that match.
I'm really excited to see what they do with the food pairing challenge today.
Overseeing the judges is Dale DeGroff, father of the modern cosmopolitan, and Spike Marchant, world-class global ambassador.
This tapas challenge requires real knowledge of food. They have to be able to find flavors that either mix in a really beautiful way or contrast with the flavors in their drinks.
Today's tapas are a long way from patata bravas or pimento di padron. Instead, they are dishes with complex and contrasting ingredients. Wasabi beef with sweet and bitter lemons, or trifle with toffee cherry and sweet bean meringue.
It's definitely a tough challenge. You know, it's an understanding of flavors and what matches.
Each bartender will taste all 6 dishes and pick 2 to work with. Tasting carefully and making detailed notes could be the difference between being eliminated or not. After the tasting, they have just 30 minutes in the sandbox to prepare.
Well, I kind of just tasted the food and immediately you get some thoughts.
1.5 minutes remaining, 1.5. Thank you so much. Excuse me here.
While some have churned out exotic drinks from this challenge, others still continue their experiments.
I think the food pairing challenge went quite well. I was kind of happy with my drinks. I think I managed to kind of match both the drinks with the food, but also the environment.
My name is Tsuyoshi Miyazaki from Japan.
Traditional Japanese ginza bartenders do not serve food with their drinks. This is a big ask for Tsuyoshi.
Japan's been very influential across the globe because bartenders will do the Japanese hard shake, or you see now the little ice balls that they make. That all used to happen in Japan.
Ginza style is precise, unhurried and formal. It's an experience not unlike the traditional Japanese tea ceremony, minus the geishas, of course.
もちろんパフォーマンスは大事ですけど、まずはそのシチュエーション、そのゲストの思考とシチュエーションに合ったカクテル、味が最も大事で、そこにパフォーマンスがついてくればプラスアルファとして評価があると思います。まずはでも味が大事というふうに考えます。シャルトリューズで表現いたします。思ってたより料理のクオリティが高かったので、カクテルと合わせるっていうのはいろんな難しい要素が入って多分いろいろ迷いました。フレッシュのライムジュースで表現します。
Fresh lime juice is a key ingredient in Tsuyoshi cocktail, which is then balanced with sugar syrup.
Once you have,
Tsuyoshi makes a total of 3 adjustments before he's happy with the drink. For someone so focused on perfection, he will not be happy with his performance.
作る時にちょっとバタバタしてしまったっていうのが反省してます。カクテル名が
All 16 bartenders battle it out in the Ibiza sunshine, shaking and making for a place in the last 8. It may look fun, but it's not easy.
It's 38 degrees out here. We're standing in the sun, dehydrate. You gotta keep your focus. Yeah, that was difficult.
With the tapas challenge finished, time for Spike and Dale to reflect.
Tsuyoshi, the Japanese bartender, he went once, twice, adjusted his cocktail 3 times until he went, that's right.
But he did it with such grace and such style, you thought it was part of the deal.
Before the second elimination, there's one more challenge.
We're always telling bartenders to be sparing and only use those ingredients that make sense for the cocktail. Now they have a real challenge. Use multiple ingredients and make them all work.
In Whiskey Mystery, bartenders pick cards which determine the ingredients they have to make their cocktails with. The more ingredients they use, the more points they get. But the drink must also pass the taste test. Let's hope no one gets the Marmite treacle plum syrup and lime combo.
Give these guys room. Your 30 minutes. We'll start now. Speak to each other.
This was designed to push them to the limit, and at this point in the competition, there's very little room for error.
This is a chance to show creativity. Now Spike is seeing just how creative the bartenders can be.
Old label infused with lemongrass.
What about an aromatic note, anything along the top? Any perfumes?
This is the longest day in the competition so far, and by the time the final competitor steps up to the bar, it's almost midnight. The eliminations continue as the 16 battle it out in the blazing Ibiza midday sun for a place in the final 8.
You're finished.
Making drinks doesn't get tougher than this. Spills and thrills and cocktails against the clock. And finally the winner of this year's World Class is announced in a spectacular closing ceremony.